in addiction, particularly ones of a sexual nature, the driving force behind them is shame. Even once you recognize that it is not something that you would like to do anymore, you continue, because the shame of doing so triggers the addiction. But this brings up an interesting question. What is the difference between a coping mechanism and an addiction? Sometimes the lines are quite blurry. Other times, it's quite obvious. However, I think it's an important thing to think about, no matter what you are struggling with. The way to tell whether something is an addiction or a coping mechanism is whether you can stop. Once you move on past the emotional trauma, or you get out of the situation that you're in, does the addiction continue? If not, it was probably a coping mechanism. But to make things more complicated, it can always be both. That's to say, both an addiction and a coping mechanism. We are creatures of habit. And when a habit forms of coping with something in an unhealthy manner, quickly, we begin to do things that we otherwise wouldn't wish to. Because while once may seem innocent enough, twice is all it takes to build those neural pathways. And we all know this. I'm not telling you anything new here. However, it's incredibly important to understand the difference. Because shame, being the driving force between most addictions of this nature, means that in order to be free of them, you have to convince yourself that it does not matter that you did that. Now, there are various ways to do this. Personally, I think I'd agree with what you'd be most likely to feel. It does not matter if you lie to yourself, provided that the problem you've been having is solved. It does not matter because the priority is on healing. And if you have a little bit of cognitive dissonance left over when you are done that, then that can be dealt with at another time. If you're anything like me, your addiction has lasted a fairly long time. And something lasting for a long time means that it can easily be an addiction. But in either case, a vicious cycle is likely to form. One where you feel shame for your addiction. And then you attempt to cope with it, with the addiction. Which is, of course, a vicious cycle. It keeps going, and there truly is no end. However, what you have to understand is that that voice in your head telling you that you are irredeemable, it is not yourself. That is not you saying that you do not deserve to be happy. You do not deserve to be free. Because what it's actually saying is, I want to fix. And you can choose to give it that. Or you cannot. And at some points, it might feel like you do not have a choice. But the thing that is so beautiful about our existence on this planet is that every day we wake up, we are given a choice. We are given a set of things that we can do in a day. And we decide on them. Overcoming shame was instrumental in me overcoming my addiction. And I think it could be for you too, which is why I'm sharing this with you. I think the thing that I would have wanted to hear, if I was still deeply stuck in my addiction would be that it is wrong. But you are not wrong. You are redeemable. Do not question the value of yourself as a person. Do not think that it has been changed by this scourge upon humanity that is addictions of a sexual nature. You must continue to hate it. A line from the movie Interstellar comes to mind. Rage. Rage against the dying of the light. And if you do this, if you do it valiantly and for long, then you may overcome what ails you. I'm sure you're used to hearing that all is dependent on you. And it's true in a sense, but I don't think this gets us anywhere. I don't think you're waiting for God to save you. I don't think you think anyone can save you, because that's how I was. And I wouldn't be surprised if I wasn't alone in that. But you must listen and hear that it is wrong, but that it is an action, and it is not your character. No matter how long it's been, a month, a year, maybe even 20 years, it does not matter. You are redeemable. God forgives all. Yet, of course, this is dependent on you yourself. It becomes so easy to fade in and out of addiction, to try to get out of it, but to consistently fall. And at these points, the devil is in your mind, and he tells you that you will never get out. But it is not true. It is not your own thought. And in fact, the mountains that you feel you must fly over, and the valleys that you seem to always fall into, are not there at all. For in life, there has always existed an easy road. This reality can be thought of as a canvas, and not a rough one, but a plush and soft one. You may take the easy road, and it will not be good for you, but you are always given this choice. God is up there, and he has a plane waiting for you. For your entire life, this plane could soar, for the Lord gives it infinite fuel. But despite this, many still struggle. Because the caveat of our freedom is that we are allowed to let down ourselves, to prove ourselves, to go nowhere, to make everyone proud, to make the Lord proud. And to have this freedom means that inherently we will make mistakes. Our reality is dependent on us. Your reality is dependent on you. If you ever hope to break free, if you ever hope to allow this plane to soar, then you must allow yourself to be open. Accept that you cannot do this alone, and that to resist sin is not something any man could do easily, or any man could do on his own at all. But whether you believe in God or not, it must be acknowledged that you are in control. And as soon as you accept that, as soon as you seek to change what is broken, then you can begin to rebuild. And you will go through periods of joy. You will go through periods of pain. But understand that it is not the number that defines you. 12 days clean. 1 month clean. It doesn't matter. To be clean in the here and now, and maybe not even today, but this hour is an accomplishment. And that means that no matter where you are, you could never possibly use all the time. It would be necessary for you to do certain things in your life to stay alive. But notice that you were clean during this time. Notice that you did what it took to bring yourself back to health. And even though it might be for only a period of time short enough for you to hear what you were doing and not the joys of life free from your addiction, understand that those songs are there. Understand that if you keep pushing forwards, you will get there. It is not a matter of if. It is a matter of when. Because no one was put here to give up. And I believe in you. You are a fighter. You are a gift to this world. So it doesn't matter how hard it feels. It doesn't matter how long you've been clean for. It doesn't matter how shameful the thing you did is. Forgive yourself. Put one foot in front of the other. If I take one step towards you, and then 2 steps back, this does not erase what I accomplished. It proves that I can put 1 foot in front of the other. And if I can do that once, then I can do it again. And you can do it again. You will do it again. You will fix what is broken. And understand that it is not a broken part of you, but that you've been influenced by this dark force. This scourge upon reality. And you will be free. If I believe it, if I live it, if I can do it, then you can. It must feel so scary to have all these lies within you. To think that around you are these angels, incapable of sin, and you're the only one. But I promise you, you're not. There's others out there like you, like me. And we, and you, are strong. If I am human, and I can fight this, and we know that you are human as well, then you possess just the same fight. So take your addiction from where it is right now and bring it 1 step forward. And maybe this won't fix it. Maybe you yourself will be discouraged by what you've managed to accomplish. But again, this is those dark forces talking. You have the ability to change it. If you relapse today, what matters is that you are clean tomorrow. If you relapse the day after, what matters is that you are clean the day after that. Because no war was won in a singular battle. You cannot hope to block the website and pray that it goes away forever. Because while God is many things, He is not one to take pity. You will do as you do. And if you succeed, or if you don't, will be up to you. And the fact that you haven't succeeded up until this point is not a knock on you. And I bet you've tried. I bet you've gone days, weeks, maybe even years clean. But it does not matter, because this is where we are today, and you have the capability to free yourself. So please, if there's anything that you hear from me in this video, understand that you are capable. That every step forward, no matter how many steps back accompany it, is proof that you are a fighter. You have the ability to push forward until you do everything that you have set out to do. You can fix this. I believe in you. Go out there now and do it. Not because of me, but because of you.